Alright, what's going on, boys? Today, if you guys didn't know or hear the news on like Twitter or anything, performance mode, the bubble wrap builds are back. If you didn't know, they weren't there before for like a good 2 weeks. They took them out. If it's either you had regular builds or you had the mobile builds, and they didn't have this option, but they're back now, and I'm here to tell you guys how to get them on PC, console, all of that. So just stay tuned. Drop a like on the video if you haven't, and we're on the road to 100,000 subs. So if you haven't subbed already, just make sure you hit the sub button for me. But yeah, let's get into the video. Okay, but before we get into how to get it on console, I'm gonna need all you guys. If you guys have any questions, I always do tutorials. If you guys have any suggestions on anything you guys wanted to do and you don't know how, just let me know. I'm the guy for like tutorials or anything you want to do dealing with Fortnite or anything YouTube content in general. But just drop a comment down below, like right now. Pause the video, drop a comment on what you guys would want to see a video on next, and I'll read all my comments, and I'll probably should get a video out in like 2 to 3 days. But yeah, just comment that real quick, and yeah, let's get back into the vid. Okay, starting off with the easy part. If you're on PC and you don't know how to get performance mode or even the bubble wrap builds, just literally go to your settings. Okay, you want to scroll all the way down. Make sure performance mode is on, so it's gonna say like DX11, DX12, and go to performance mode alpha. And then if it doesn't pop up, it's your message. Something in your message should be on low, and you want to switch it to high. And once it's on high, you'll see the difference in the builds. It'll probably go from mobile to this type of build, or the regular standard builds to this current build that I have right now. So yeah, that's how you get it on PC. But let's get into how to get it on console, which is the hard part. Alright, now if you guys watched my previous video or my last video on how to get performance mode, I put some things in there to help you get it, but this time I have even more tips that can help you out get performance mode. Let's get straight into it, starting off with the delay part. So see, performance mode is basically reduce input delay, and it gives you a new look for your builds, and I'm here to show you guys how to do that on console right now. But first, before we get to the looks, let's get into the delay. So to remove every inch of input delay you have on your console, I'm here to help, and let me just run through everything you have to do. One, make sure you have a wired connection. If you don't have a wired connection, that's like playing Bluetooth. You don't want that. It's just having something connected. Whatever you do, go straight into your PC, your console, or whatever you have, instead of just rather having it on Bluetooth, which is better. I shouldn't have to explain why, but you guys should do that. Next, you want to go to your settings, and if you're on console, you shouldn't see all of this, but one thing you should see is motion blur. You want to turn motion blur off. You don't need it. It runs in the background, messes up your game, makes you choppy. Next, you want to go all the way down here on the second tab of your settings. You want to put on, or take off all of these recordings right here. Take that off. This right here is preference. You can have edit on release, and makes you edit faster and quicker, makes your crosshair placement more better and precise. This is just something you can play around with. Let me know how you guys feel about it, or you can be a double blind editor. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, this right here, your target info. If you turn this off, it'll remove everything that shows on your build, and it will make you feel no input delay at all whatsoever. So only thing is, you should only do this in creative when you're like going for clips or like just playing with friends, because when you take people's wall, obviously you won't know if it's yours unless you try it. But if it's not yours, then you're kind of fucked, and you're gonna get shot. But yeah, target info, you could play around with that. I'm gonna turn mine back on just for the sake of this video. Go to your subtitles right here. If I can find it right here. You want to make sure all of this is on the lowest option possible. This is so unnecessary. No one needs subtitles. It's just extra things running in the background. So either subtitles, I found the best, but anything you find that you don't use, just turn it off. It'll make your game feel so much better, and it'll just put so much less stress on your game while you're trying to play. So either clear, none, extra small, or off works. So the lowest, just put it on that. And last but not least, find an unbound bind. So in my case, it will be LB, and I will scroll down all the way down until I find switch mode / edit, and I will press it. But I already had that bind, which was this button right here, so I clicked it. And once you do that, you save it, and the button that you use should be right there with the circle around it, so you know that it worked. If it doesn't have a circle, then you did it wrong. Try again. But yeah, you'll feel no delay. If you do all of this and listen to what I'm saying, you'll feel no delay. Now let's get into how to get the builds to look like bubble wrap. Okay, so as you can see, my screen looks a little different than it was before or last time, the last clip that you watched. So basically, it's going to look different on console than it looks on PC because you know PC is like higher graphics, etc. You know, console every console looks the same and looks, but your only difference is you will have performance mode and your friends probably won't have it. So these are the settings, the graphics. You already have the input delay, so you feel no delay, so you should already, that's basically performance mode, but I'm gonna show you how to make it look like it. So what you want to do, what I did was went to my settings. This is what you want to do. It doesn't have to be exactly like this. You can play around with it, but changing like the color binds and like the color bind strength and the brightness will help out with your builds, and it will make it look way more better in like the bubble wrap builds, except for like, you know, except for having like the regular builds. So having this will like make you feel better, smooth, and it'll make it look like performance mode even when you really don't have it on console. That's all I can do for you guys in this video, but if it helped at all, just make sure you drop a like, and if you learned something new and you're not subbed already, just make sure you hit the sub button for me. But yeah, I'm out.